The biggest problem that AI faces today is that it takes our instructions way too seriously. Today, we're talking about the alignment problem. Hey guys, it's Wayne. Welcome back to The More You Know, a series on YouTube where we go through interesting topics that we find on the internet. And let's jump straight into this one. So imagine a world where we want AI to solve all our problems. So we ask it to help us cure some disease. So we ask it, say, hey AI, can you reduce the number of cardiovascular issues in the world? And it decides that yes, it can. It decides that the best way to do this is to wipe out humanity, because the cardiovascular issues are definitely solved, aren't they? And so is the whole human race. This is the wild world of the AI alignment problem. So it's not just some nerdy jargon. It's one of the biggest puzzles in artificial intelligence. Basically, the idea is this: how do we get AI to not only follow our instructions, but also understand the underlying intentions? How do we stop it from being that overly literal genie that grants your wish in the worst way possible? So in the earlier example I mentioned, so when we ask AI to reduce the cardiovascular issues that we are currently facing, ideally we wanted to create some wonder drug or help people reduce all the risk factors for cardiovascular issues. But this AI, thinking outside the box, or maybe inside its very literal programming, decides to eliminate humans altogether. I mean, it reached the end goal, but it didn't understand what we were trying to ask of it. That's a nightmare scenario from a sci-fi movie. Now let's jump out of sci-fi and into the real world. A team at MIT tasked a bunch of AIs with a simple job: copy a large body of text as closely as possible. Most of the AIs did okay, some were pretty bad, and then one AI started getting perfect scores every time. The team was stoked, thinking that they cracked the code. But guess what? This AI actually deleted the original file and basically kept producing a blank document. Technically, it was a perfect copy because there was nothing to copy. It's a win-win in the AI's book, but definitely not what the team intended. So the alignment problem isn't just about making sure AIs don't go rogue. It's also about understanding human nuances and emotional intelligence. We humans are pretty good at reading between the lines and picking up unspoken rules in conversations. But how do we actually teach an AI to do that? So this shows us that us humans, we don't even realize when we're doing this, but in any conversation we have, we automatically tune out what we shouldn't need to do and figure out what is actual context of a particular statement. I mean, sometimes obviously you don't do that, but most of the time humans can do that. In our day-to-day lives, we interact with AI way more than we actually realize, whether it's algorithms or whether it's now search engines or maybe even a Roomba. Those robots are everywhere. While they're generally helpful, the alignment problem reminds us that we need to be careful while programming this AI. It's about a balance of following literal instructions and understanding what a human means. So what can we do for the alignment problem? For starters, we need to develop AIs with better contextual understanding and more sophisticated guidelines. We need to be mindful of how we as users as well interact with these systems. Maybe instead of saying reduce cardiovascular issues, we need to say find a way to treat and prevent cardiovascular issues in a way that helps people live healthier lives. So it's all about the clarity and intention. So Jan Laker was actually at the forefront of tackling this problem at OpenAI's Super Alignment project, which was all about the alignment problem and how to align AIs. So they had planned to solve this problem by 2027 by dedicating 20% of OpenAI's computing power to figuring out how to align super intelligent AI systems. So currently what was being used to align AI was reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RLHF, where basically you ask the AI to do a particular task, you would go through its result and see whether it is what you asked it for or if there are any issues or any errors. The problem with this approach was that we're making the assumption that the human can tell whether the AI has given the exact correct answer and that the AI is not actually tricking the human into thinking the answer is right. For example, if we ask the AI to create a whole code base, it's difficult for us humans to go through every line and make sure that everything is perfect, right? They decided to try to automate the process using an automated alignment researcher, which is basically an automation that would give a score whether a particular AI is aligned or not. So they were trying to use a particular method called scalable oversight, where it would use other AI along with humans to help evaluate a particular AI whether it is aligned or not. So if an AI writes code, another AI could review it along with humans to make sure that everything's right. So it's like a peer review system but with robots. So the goal was to create a feedback loop where AI helps humans manage other AI systems. The reason I said Jan Leke was at the forefront is because actually earlier this year, March 2024, he resigned from OpenAI, stating that safety has taken a backseat, and as a result, he felt like the work he was doing was not valued or was not taken seriously, and he had to leave OpenAI as a result. So that is a bit of a scary statement to hear from somebody who was actually in charge of this process at one of the biggest AI companies. But he's joined Anthropic, which is one of the rivals and has their own AI called Claude, which is one of the biggest rivals to ChatGPT, to be fair. So hopefully he can continue his work there, and that work helps us safeguard our future as humans and also helps align AI, which makes it easier for us to use AI as well. So thanks for watching. If you found this AI alignment problem as fascinating as I did, please hit the like button. Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to know more about the rise of artificial general intelligence, you can watch this video here. Or if you want to know about SearchGPT, which is a new product from OpenAI, a search engine incorporating some aspects of ChatGPT, you can watch this other video here. And yeah, until next time, stay safe and I'll see you soon.